I really wanted to talk about the topic of leadership. And now more than ever, I think this is a topic that's very pertinent. And it's more about not just leadership in the workplace, but this notion of personal and effective leadership. And you know, when I think about my mandate, both at the office and at home, there are three things that always guide me. One is this notion of always creating a sustainable path to growth, whether that's for the businesses I run or for the children I raise. The other one is about making adversity, which in today's world is not an if, but when a when, and how do we make that our advantage? Embrace it, understand it, not just for the businesses that I run, but also for my children as they grow up and enter the world. But the last one that I always focus on, which is my most favorite one, the one that gives me the most passion, is about unleashing people and unleashing their talents, talents that they don't even know they have. And to really do that, one needs to be a leader. So, you know, I'll tell you, I've learned a lot of lessons in life. And if you're going to be a great leader, let me give you a couple, and then I'd love to kind of walk you through my life's journey and what I've learned. But here's what I know great leadership is not about. It's not about power, okay? Powerful people are not necessarily great leaders. It's certainly not about control, okay? And it's not about the position you hold. Most importantly, especially for women in this room, it's not about being perfect. That's a sickness. And it's somewhat boring. It's not about your ego. But the thing I've learned most, it's not about being a victim. It's not having the regrets. Being a great leader is embracing who you are. So my first year in business school, took my core classes. There was a class that I just could not do well in. I kept getting Fs. It was a case study class. So I'm really struggling. And a friend of mine was at another business school, and we were chatting. And she goes, we were chatting about this. I was trying to get some pointers, and I was, she goes, oh, what case are you working on now? So I was telling her. She goes, oh, I did that case last year. I'll send you my notes. I'm like, okay, great, thanks. Anything that will help. So I fill out the case study. Well, fine, turn it in. I get a phone call from the professor. He's like, you need to come and see me. I'm like, okay. He's like, you need to go see the dean tomorrow because we are starting proceedings to expel you from the university. I was like, excuse me? And it turned out that the notes my friend sent me were the answer key to the case. And I went, and he said, look, I'm not even going to talk to you about this. You need to go see the dean. I'm like, okay. So I had all night to stew about it, and I showed up the next day at the dean's office. Dean heard my side of the story, and he said, okay. He goes, I'm going to decide whether to expel you or not based on the answer to one question. I said, yes, what is it? He said, what did you learn from this experience? I thought about it, and I said, I never realized it, but I guess it's more important to do what's right than to be right. And the reason I joined SC Johnson, beyond the fact that it has amazing brands and amazing people, was the whole philosophy that the Johnson family has, which is they don't answer to their forefathers. They answer to the children that they're going to leave this world to. And this notion that performance can really be fueled by purpose, this is a company that walks that talk, and that was important to me. And that's why I made the move to SC Johnson. And when I look at my whole life, career, experiences, it really does come down to a few things. You have to believe in yourself unconditionally, especially in the business of marketing. My job is a people job. And if I don't love myself, how can I love the people that I have to serve? And so it's really important that if you want to be a great leader, you have to remember, it isn't about pedigree, it isn't about your credentials, and most importantly, it's never about regrets. Because the world is an uncertain place. It's a very volatile place, and it's only going to get more volatile. But the only way to bring certainty to it is if you stand up to be a great leader. Not just in the living you make, but the person you are. Because I honestly believe that we do create the outcome we truly desire.